After my last video on designing a 1-acre farm, one question flooded my comments again and again and again. How do we actually build this without spending lakhs we don't have? Today, I'm not showing you a design on paper. Today, I'm showing you the complete journey from a piece of empty land to a fully functional, income-generating farm empire. And if you watch this till the end, you will realize something important. Starting a farm is not complicated, but starting it wrong can cost you years of time and lakhs of money. Many people told me, this is only for rich people. Some said, you need huge investment. Others said, it needs too much labor. I want to break all of that today. Let me be honest with you. Yes, investment will vary. You can build a crore villa or you can build a beautiful, simple home. Both serve the same purpose. Even a 5 lakh car and a crore car, both reach the destination. What matters is not luxury, it's reaching the goal safely. This farm is the same. You can build it based on your budget. But before we start, this is where most farmers fail. They copy blindly, without testing soil, without understanding climate, without studying market demand, and this one mistake can cost you lakhs. Let's start with the most important part, water. This can be a bore well, an open well, or a farm pond. Add rainwater harvesting to capture seasonal water. Set this up early, it will save you in the dry months. Then comes energy. Solar systems have a high initial investment, but they power your water pumps, your lighting, and they slash your running costs for decades. Here's the part people don't use enough: government subsidies. In most states, there are subsidies for bore wells, solar systems, and for converting barren wasteland into farmland. Go to your local agriculture office. Ask, don't be shy. This money is waiting for you. Before you touch the land, answer this question honestly. What is your goal? Do you want daily income, long-term income, or both? Your answer changes everything. Then divide your land strategically. Not one crop over 1 acre. Design multiple systems, just like I showed in my previous video. Where will the road go? Where does water drain? Where will animals be? Where will crops grow? Where is storage? How does everything connect? A farm is not just land. A farm is a system. Plan it like one. First, find your water with the help of a geologist. You may need to make a rough road just to get machines onto the land for the bore well. Do that first. Then, land preparation. Your empty land likely has bushes, wild plants, maybe some trees. Critical advice here is do not cut valuable trees. Mahogany, teak, mango, jackfruit, these native varieties take decades to grow. Your future generations will not find them. They are not obstacles, they are assets. Cut only what needs to go. Sell the wood, you'll get some small cash and a clean land to build on. Do your soil test, analyze the environment. Study your local market demand first. Not national, not international. What does your nearest town or city need? Start there. Now make your fencing. No expensive brick compound wall, not yet. Use solar fencing or green live fencing. I prefer green fencing, low investment. And those plants along the border? They'll give you fruit and yield to sell in the future. Plant commercial tree plants and fruit trees along the borders as early as possible. Trees take time. Every day you delay is a day less income years from now. Now divide into 3 sections. Section 1. A small cow shed. Start with 1 local breed cow, not a fancy imported breed. Why? Low cost, easy to manage. They adapt to your climate naturally. And my priority here is not milk, it's manure. Manure is gold in the early stages. Grow Napier grass to feed her. Apply for a government subsidy to build the shed. Section 2. Testing area. This is your R&D department. This is where you try different crops in small scale. Because not every crop will work in your soil. Testing here saves you from big losses later. Use our videos or AI tools to deeply research each crop before planting. Section 3. Local vegetables and short-term crops. This is your income security. Grow local vegetables and rice. Why? Because local varieties grown in their natural conditions almost never fail. This section gives you regular income, rebuilds your soil, and funds your future phases. Even between your young trees, when they are still small and casting no shade, grow vegetables. Use bio-waste as green manure. The farm stays clean, and you start earning from day one. Now, reinvest your income, slowly and smartly. Add beekeeping, vermicomposting, and small goat farm, low investment, high impact. Goats multiply fast. It's easy to manage and it produces excellent manure. Beekeeping is low investment and high return business. Vermicomposting turns waste into profit. But before you starting vermicomposting and beekeeping, take training from experienced farmers. Your local government agriculture office and agriculture research centers often offer this training for free. Government subsidy available for both vermicomposting and beekeeping. And one thing, don't add chickens yet. Chickens will destroy your vegetable farm at this stage. Instead, plant chicken feeding plants for the future. Subabul, moringa, mulberry, papaya. Grow them now, you'll need them soon. After about 6 months, fence off the chicken farming section and bring in chickens. Eggs, meat, manure. 3 income streams from one animal. Here's a space-saving trick I love. Build raised bed goat sheds and place the chicken resting and egg-laying area directly beneath them. Now, expand the cow farm. If you can afford it, upgrade to better breeds like Gir or HF. But start with just 1 cow. Good breeds are expensive. No rush. If you have excess manure from your animals, sell it. Farmers will pay well for quality organic manure. Scale up your crops in the other sections based on what your testing area showed. By now, you have real data. You know what works in your soil, your climate, your market. Till this phase, one person can manage most of this. Maybe one part-time helper, that's it. By year 5, everything begins to compound. Your trees are getting tall and starting to fruit. Your animals are producing well. This is where the real money begins. In the shade of your trees, plant shade-loving medicinal grasses. Grow black pepper and beetle vines climbing up the tree trunks. Every inch of your land is earning. Now build your cold storage and processing building with government subsidy. Why? Because raw produce has thin margins. Processed products have real margins. Cow milk becomes ghee, butter, paneer. Goat milk becomes artisan cheese. From beekeeping, we can make products from pollen, wax, honey venom. All value added. All sellable at 2 to 5 times the raw price. Cold storage means you can wait for good market prices instead of panic selling. This section alone can double your farm's income. Build a drying area alongside it. Sun drying is essential for spices, herbs, and certain value-added products. And now, mushroom farming. Use your bio-waste to grow it. Excellent market demand, excellent margins. You can also explore indoor saffron farming if the conditions suit you. Both can work. You can now begin exporting your produce. You're no longer just a farmer, you're a producer. Now expand the chicken farm with its own dedicated shed. Convert a small corner of the goat shed area into a fish pond using HDPE sheets. Far cheaper than concrete and very effective. Add a greenhouse vegetable farm with government support. High yield, low land use, premium market price. By now, you'll need one more regular laborer to manage everything. After 10 years, you build your home. Install rainwater harvesting and solar water heater system. Air purifying plants and flower garden around it. Interlock roads. You don't need crows to live a good life. Now install solar panels in front of the chicken farm using government subsidies. Your farm begins generating its own electricity. Running costs drop to almost nothing. Build the biogas plant. Feed the biogas slurry into your vermicompost. Zero waste. Every output becomes another farm's input. A true closed-loop system. And this is the moment everything changes. Build guest houses and a cafeteria. Open your farm to the world. Start agro-tourism and invite WOOF volunteers. City families who have never seen a cow up close, never touched a fruit tree, never smelled fresh earth. They will come, and they will pay. You're no longer selling vegetables to a middleman. You are selling an experience. You control the price. You keep the profit. You share your table with people who value what you've built. Make a flower and medicinal plant garden at the entrance. Vehicle parking with a solar roof. A small empire completed.
Nothing happens overnight. This requires patience and a proper plan. But it is practically possible for anyone. It is not just a dream, it is a real empire. 20 years, 10 phases, 1 acre of land, and the only thing you need to start? A willingness to begin. We invested whatever we earned back here. We used government subsidies. We did it step by step. We wasted nothing, not a single inch of land, not a single rupee of income. This is not only for rich people. This is not theory. This is a practical roadmap that you can start this month. With the land you have, with the budget you have, at the pace you can manage. You can scale this plan anywhere. 1/2 acre, 2 acres, 5 acres. Scale it as your wish. But I believe you need at least 1 acre to make it truly commercial and profitable. If you want to go deeper on any single crop, any animal, any phase, the research is there. Our channel goes deeper on each of these. Plan first, then execute. If this video helped you, share it with one person who is thinking about farming. It might change their life. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment below with the phase you are currently in or excited to start. I'll see you in the next one.